Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining Varna's webinar on mastering budgeting in NetSuite. My name is Tina Chandra, and I run marketing activities with Varna. I'm responsible for running campaigns, creating collateral, managing our social media platform, creating strategies to promote our products and services, and raising brand awareness. During the course of this webinar, we will be walking you through a live demo in NetSuite. We'll be using a NetSuite test account, which may be a bit slower than what you're used to, so please be patient with us. We also have a chat feature where you can ask us questions during this webinar. Before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to go over a few things. First, if you have any questions, please feel free to add them to our chat box. We will address your questions towards the end of our session. Secondly, we'll be asking a few poll questions throughout this time. Your response is greatly appreciated and will help us shape our future sessions. Now that I've introduced myself, allow me to provide you some detail as to who we are and what we do. Our company was founded in 2007 as a Salesforce and NetSuite consulting firm. In 2008, we became a NetSuite solution provider. In 2014, we created our first suite app, SkyDock, our storage solution for NetSuite. We now have over 8 apps on SuiteApp.com and provide support, managed services, and integration services for NetSuite and Salesforce clients. Let me now introduce today's speaker, Sangeeta Anantaram. Sangeeta is our finance manager. Sangeeta has over 8 years in handling finance and accounts and does so for the US and India offices. Over the years, Sangeeta has handled accounts payable and receivable, general ledger, payroll, budget, taxation, audit, and statutory compliances. She also has hands-on experience with the NetSuite accounting module and works with the Varna development team to incorporate customizations. Let's give Sangeeta a warm welcome. Hi, Sangeeta.
Hello, everyone.
Today, we'll be reviewing budgeting in NetSuite. Did you know that according to a recent survey of 273 companies by Accenture, only 11% are fully satisfied with their planning capabilities, compared with 17% 2 years ago and 20% 10 years ago? That's why we will be discussing why you should have a budget, why you should be using NetSuite to budget, and review a few best practices for budgeting. We will take a look at a business case study on utilizing budgets to manage various scenarios. And finally, we will review some reporting options available in NetSuite. Sangeeta, can you help us understand budgets by explaining what it means and why it's important?
Oh, sure, Tina. A budget will help you understand your cash flow, where you are spending money, where you are making money, and the relationship between expenses and income. A budget helps you communicate your goals to your team. It will help them see where they can play a part in growing the business as well as understanding your growth goals and vision. A budget can help you guide your business in the right direction. You can identify expenses that are inflated, products that are undervalued, and where your company is performing efficiently. A budget can also help you achieve the growth goals you have defined as well as survive an economic downturn. As you know, budgets are a forward-looking statement that represents where you are driving your business towards. Publicly traded companies use forward-looking statements often when presenting earning estimates and other income data to their shareholders. Small, non-public companies can utilize the same strategy, even though they might not share their budgets publicly. In short, a budget will make you more money.
Sangeeta, what are some of the reasons behind using the power of NetSuite to budget?
Oh, that's a great question, Tina. Many businesses that do not budget feel they don't have the time or experience to create a budget. If you are still budgeting in Excel, then moving your budget creation to NetSuite will allow you to streamline your process and save time. You can use your actual data as a starting point to create a budget with a percentage uplift with a few clicks. This will save time and ensure that your budget numbers represent reality. Let me take you through a quick demo on how to set up budgets in NetSuite. So let's switch over to a NetSuite account and let me walk you through a few getting started options for creating NetSuite budgets. I'll be sharing my screen. Tina, let me know when you're able to view my screen.
Yes, absolutely. I see it.
Okay. Are you able to view it perfectly?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. Yeah, cool. So let me just walk you through some budget options that are available on the header screen of the budget, and let me explain you the budget category. So first we have accounting book. So this accounting book feature is like when we have any specific account that we have created in the system, like primary accounting book or India division. So if you have set up in your system, then you will have that feature available for you. Then subsidiary is very important feature because we need to know for which subsidiary you want to create the budget for and for which year you are creating the budget. And this is budget category. I will come at the last. Once you select the subsidiary, automatically you will have the currency populated, and you can also create budget if you want to create it for a specific customer or for an item or for a class like class A group or class B group if you have such kind of definition for your industry. And department, if it can be like finance department, it can be R&D, it can be automobile department. So whatever department you have, or marketing department, so whichever department you feel that you need to create budget for, you can create under department. And location, of course, which location, if you have subsidiaries in other locations or branches, so for which location you want to create the budget for. And also we have account type. This is one important thing. So account type is you need to see for which account you are going to create the budget for. Here, if you see, you can create budget for income separately. If you want to create it for expense head separately, that is also possible. If you want to create for balance sheet items, or if you want to create for all heads of accounts, so all features will be available over here. Coming to budget category. So budget category is like, it will help us to name our budget in the way that we want. See, for example, if you want to create a budget as regular budget, or if you want to create as an ambitious budget or a conservative budget or a pessimistic budget, so you can name it in the way you want. So what you need to do is you need to create a new category here and save it so that it will be available for you in the drop down list when you select the respective, after selecting the subsidiary and the year. Okay, so this is a brief introduction for getting started with budgets in NetSuite, Tina.
This was really comprehensive, Sangeeta, but is it really easy to budget in NetSuite?
Oh yeah, it is. It is actually easy to create budgets in NetSuite, you know. So we have a couple of options for that. Okay, so let me take you through a new budget, how to create a new budget first. If you do not have anything in the system, I'll just show you. I'm going to I'm going to create a new budget here. For that, I'm going to select a primary accounting book. Kindly be patient with me because it's a demo account, so it may take a bit time. Okay, so this is for India, Bangalore. I'm going to create it for financial year 2020. Okay, and I'm going to create it for budget category. Let me take legacy. These are some of the options that are, or the categories that are already available in our demo account. So I don't want to create it anything specific for customer, item, class, and department. I'm going to make it for the whole company as such. So I am going to create for income and expense. Okay, so this is how I'm going to start with. And okay, so this is another place where I need to tell you that we have a beautiful feature called distribute and fill. So what it does is, if you know that every month your sales is going to be 15 lakhs, okay, and if you know that this is the same figure that you are going to project for the remaining months, so you can just click it on the apply button and just select fill. It will automatically get filled over the months, and at the end you can see the total. Okay, and also if you have this 15,000 as an annual figure, if you are saying that your annual sales is going to be 15 lakhs, then what you need to do is just click and say distribute. So it will get distributed evenly, and at the end you can see 15 lakhs. This also allows you to actually edit the number. So in any month, I know that for majority of the months it's going to be 1,25,000. Okay, so let me go and change. In July, I'm expecting my sales to be 1,50,000. Yeah, 1,50,000. I can go and edit it. So this feature actually is very helpful, and you can create budget for whichever head of account you want, and then just click on the save button, so the budget will get created. This can be done if you want to create a fresh budget. Okay. Another feature that we have is a copy budget. So how to navigate to copy budget? Let me tell you, it is through transactions, financials, copy budgets. I have just opened it up for you here. So I am going to select for the fiscal year what is available in my account for now. So I'm going to select it for July, June fiscal calendar. And you have options for from budget year, from budget category to, and the to budget category. So if you want to create budget from the budget which is already available in the system, you can go through from budget year and select the category here, and then for which month or for which financial year you want to project for that new budget, you can select it over here and just give the current or the whichever budget category you wanted. Okay, here let me show you how am I going to create it from actual. So copy budget will help if you have some already created budgets in NetSuite. You can create a new budget from that, or if you want to do it from actuals for one particular year and budget it for a new year, in that way also we can do. So here if you see, it is actuals from year 2020 it's showing. So let me take financial year 2020, budget it for financial year 2021, and budget category. So I'm going by legacy, whatever is there in my system right now. So this is going to take actuals of 2020 and budget it for 2021. Okay, you also get fields for customer detail, item, department, class, location. So if you don't want it to be very specific to any of these, you can just untick those. I am going to keep them unticked for time being. And we have account type. Account type similar to how I showed you when creating the new budget. So we have the same account types reflect over here. So I'm going to say my income, I'm going to uplift my income by another 20% or 30%. So modify the percent here because I'm going to uplift my budget for the financial year 2021, expecting my income is going to go up by 20%. So I can select the percentage here and then click on the save button. So the new budget will get created for this particular category. Okay, and there is also called a replace. So if you want to replace, if this budget is already created in the system and if you want to replace it, so you can just click on the replace button. The already created budgets will get overwritten. Okay, so that is about copy budgets. And another beautiful feature that we have is about import. Okay, so what happens here is import feature is transactions, navigation is transaction, financial, set up budgets, and import. So what this feature gives us is you can download this budget template file as a CSV record, and you can fill in the details for the budget for period April to December or April to March, or only for 3 months, accordingly for whichever months you want, right? So you can fill it with the details and then save it as a CSV record, and you can upload it, and after mapping you will be able to create a new budget in the system. Okay, I also want to show you one more feature, that is list. So 1 minute. So what happens to list is whatever, so these are the budgets that are available in the system. So you'll be seeing a lot of entries here. So if you want to filter for any specific subsidiary or specific category that you have created for, you can always come and select your respective category, and you can view all the budgets that you have created over here. So this is about how easy it is to create budgets in NetSuite. And also, as I was telling you, that you can also import budgets. If you are doing external modeling, this is a great option. All the features we have discussed so far are available in the NetSuite platform without purchasing any additional modules. If you have NetSuite, then you have these features available to you. If you want to use budget categories, you will need to have your administrator enable under enable features a feature called multiple budgets.
Thanks so
So
much for the demo, Sangeeta. It's really useful to know that the features that we've been discussing about are native to NetSuite. Now let's move on to a few budgeting best practices.
yeah, sure. So we surveyed several financial experts in the NetSuite and budgeting space and asked what are the best practices as it relates to getting started with budgeting as well as actual budget creation. So the 4 themes below were consistently represented. Of course, this is not an exhaustive list, but it's a good place to start, So the first point that we have is be realistic. What is that? Base your budget on past results. Look at prior years to determine your growth for the budget cycle. Unrealistic budgeting will not get buy-in from your stakeholders. They will see through an unrealistic budget immediately. The second point is be conservative. Budgeting growth around 20 to 30% is realistic and manageable. If you grew 10% last year, look at the trends to understand why you experienced that level of growth. Then determine if the same conditions apply before building your budget for the same 10% factor. Next comes to be flexible. Review your budgets regularly. Recalculate whenever necessary. Did you pick up a new large account? How will that impact your budget for the remainder of the year? Did the cost of fuel go up unexpectedly? Factor all that into the budget. And the final and the last important point is rely on your leaders is to be a team. So to be a team means we have to rely on your leaders and managers and consider their input on the budget. Discuss with them your goals and work together to determine how to arrive at those goals. Your budget should reflect the agreed upon goals.
We reached out to small business owner who has been budgeting for several years to understand how they use budgeting to attain their goals and ensure that they are as close as possible to recession proof. Sangeeta, do you mind going over a few of the recommendations?
Sure, Tina, why not? So when the company began developing budgets, they reached out to trusted business advisors to identify the best practices for their industry, size, and structure. They chose the 4 practices that aligned with their goals. Each budget process and final budget is measured against these practices. Multiple budgets. Each year, they develop multiple budgets and evaluate these for growth. They utilize a 20 to 30% growth recommendation as their balanced budget. They also develop a surplus budget that represents the growth they would like to achieve above the balanced budget. Finally, they develop a deficit budget as well. This budget gives them the ability to adjust and adapt for a worst case scenario. On a side note, I'm sure we all can relate to the concept of a deficit or pessimistic budget right now. COVID-19 and the current economic climate has us all looking to the deficit budget. In fact, having this budget in place would ensure that you are making business decisions based on data and not on emotions. Throughout the year, they evaluate actuals to each of the 3 budget scenarios to determine their performance. Adjustments can be made accordingly. Keeping tabs on how you are performing throughout the year allows you to make wise business decisions as needed. One area to watch is your cash flow. Early identification of significant changes in your cash flow allows you to quickly make business adjustments relying on the data from your budgets. If your cash flow is up, you can institute that surplus budget that allows you to increase your employee profit sharing percentage, or you could invest in that new hire you have been waiting on. The goal, of course, is to make wise business decisions based on data. Budget directionally. They modeled budgets from both a top-down and bottom-up modeling strategy to determine what best fits their business. For the first few years, they built budgets both ways. Over time, they landed on top-down budgeting, where you start with revenue goals and let the expenses fall into line. Bottom-up budgeting is the opposite, of course. Define expenses and then determine what your revenue needs to be.
Sangeeta, can we talk about what kind of reports are available in NetSuite budgeting?
Oh, that's a very good area to explain. It's always happening area, So after you load your budgets into NetSuite, you can run budget versus actual reports to determine how your business is performing. You can review based on the various budget categories you have defined. You can look at the full year, compare quarter to quarter, compare this year to past years as well. You can even run reports by segment values like department and location if you have created budgets that way. If you are a one world user, running consolidated budget versus actual report is simple. You can compare subsidiaries side by side or run for each subsidiary individually. So here I'm going to switch to demo account and show you how to run budget versus actual reports and a budget P&L. Tina, let me know when you're able to view my screen.
Yes, Sangeeta.
So let me show you how I have already opened a budget versus actual report here. So how to reach to budget versus actual is just go to reports, banking budgeting. Here we have budget versus actuals and budget P&L. Okay, let me quickly take you through budget versus actual report. So here we will be able, I have selected for the period, this has been selected for the period of this financial year, April 2020 to March 2021 for the category legacy, because this is the category for which we have the numbers in the demo account. And we have created for subsidiary India Bangalore, and this is for the column total. This column, I will explain it a bit later. So this here I'm able to see the total for the period of April 2020 to March 2021. So this is the total expenses or total income that is there till date in the system, and this is a budgeted amount. This is a budget amount for the whole particular head of account for the whole year, and this here we will be able to see amount over budget, and this here and the percentage of budget. So if you want to see it on a quarter basis, which helps to understand the trend or which helps you to actually evaluate your company's performance on a quarterly basis, you can always split out for quarter wise. So if it is quarter, the headings will remain the same, but you will be able to see for the Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 quarters, this period still remains the same. And also you will be able to see the total at the end. So this total was the same, which when I had taken the column. So here also we will be able to see the actuals and the budget figure, and whether it is amount over budget and the percentage. We can also go through accounting period, which will be a bit crazy to see now. It is going to split over months. So if you want to view for the monthly view, then this will be helpful. 1 second. Yeah, system times take some time to load. So this is as per the month, as I've seen, like April, May, June. So this will show you the budget figures and the actuals that has been entered in the system. So this will be the view of monthly view of the budget versus actuals. Okay. Also, let me go back to accounting quarter. Here we do have the features to expand and collapse. So this is now in expanded. I'm just going to show you once I click on collapse. With the main text here, and this also allows me to expand it. So if you want to expand it further down from this particular head of account, I can just click on further expand. So all the heads of accounts will be opened. Okay, and this is about budget versus actuals, and there's one more feature. If you want to view it in Excel, you can download it, and the PDF view is also available. And now let me quickly take you to budget P&L account. So budget P&L account is actually a forward-looking statement. So this will actually let us understand what is going to be our net profit or loss according to the budget that we have created in the system. So I have taken the same budget April to March for legacy for this particular subsidiary. What according to the numbers that I have entered in the system, it will tell me what my net profit or net loss is going to be. So this is what a forward-looking statement is, right? So, and coming back to budget versus actual, I also want to show you quickly a graphical view of your budget versus actual reports. So this is a great way that you can share it with your executives of the management. And let me quickly show that. Okay, so here you go. So this is a chart, a graphical presentation that I was telling you. So this will help you show like bar graph. We have pie chart and we have line graph. So in whichever way you want, if you want to show it only for 5 main heads, so top 5. So this will be selecting according to the, so you will be able to select for the actuals or for the budget or amount over budget or the percentage of budget. This flexibility system will give that flexibility, and you can select on whichever way you want to use. These are standard options that are available in NetSuite. And after you run the report, you can select this graph symbol at the bottom, as I was telling you. But unfortunately, these cannot be set up as KPIs or dashboard. So if you want to share it to the management, you can take a screenshot of the graph and share it with them. Okay, so Tina, along with these stock reports, you can build custom reports to meet your reporting requirements. You can compare last year's actuals with this year's budget. You can create a report for expenses only, compare a quarter from this year to the same quarter from last year. You can even have a report that shows you the budget versus actual for the current period with a trailing 3 months. Having said all these, there are a few limitations to budgeting in NetSuite, mainly around the scenario of modeling directly in NetSuite. However, NetSuite has built a solid platform for small businesses to get started with budgeting. Everything you build in NetSuite can be used when you are ready to move to advanced budgeting. And don't forget, you can always import budgets that are built outside of NetSuite. Let's take a few minutes to look at the cash flow statement. It's a Suite app that is built by Twarna. This NetSuite gives you a bank balance and cash flow statement for the period. But how do you forecast your cash position? We developed the cash flow statement Suite app to allow you to do just that with the power of NetSuite. I will just take a brief, I will just explain how it works. And also, there is a point, Gina, the cash flow statement is available on suiteapp.com.
Great, thank you.
Okay, so let me quickly share my screen. Tina, let me know when you are able to view my screen.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Oh, okay, great. So now, this is, I have already opened the screen for you. So the navigation is transactions, cash flow statement. So this is what you're seeing here. So here I will be able to select the date. So this has selected the date from 21 October to 20th of November. And here I will be able to select the subsidiary. Let me see which subsidiary is having data for me in the demo account. Okay, yeah, this should have some data. It's getting loaded. Okay, so this gives me the flexibility to select the currency. So I need to be aware for which currency I have entered the details for. Indian rupee. Okay, so now the details should be coming up. Okay, so here we have, so it is showing up which all cash accounts are having the data. So if you want to select any particular one, you can do that. Or if you want to select both, you can do that as well. So it gives you the flexibility to choose multiple cash accounts at the same time to understand your weekly forecast for the cash flow. Let me quickly explain what this is. So here I am able to see all the transactions for the bills or invoices that are open, lying open in the account. Okay, so these are the transactions for which we have to make the payment to the vendor, and these are the invoices for which we need to receive payment from our clients. So this will have all the bills opened up to which is having a date of 2011-2020. So if we know that we are not going to get a payment, if I am not going to make the payment to this particular vendor, so if I untick, so the weekly forecast will recalculate and change accordingly. If I know I'm going to make the payment, it will adjust. So this helps, this weekly forecast will recalculate according to the selections that you are going to make here. And if you think that this particular invoice payment we are not going to receive during this particular period because it shows a period as 12th of October. So if I know that this particular payment is not going to reach me, Okay, so I can just untick it and see how the forecast has been recalculated here. And also it gives me the flexibility to change the date if I want. If I know these people are going to pay me only in December, so I can just push over the date to December 15th and just save it accordingly. So this will help us to recalculate the weekly forecast that we have. And this also gives us a feature for the download. So this will download in an Excel. So if you want to move around with the data or work with those numbers, it will give you that flexibility as well. So that is the briefing on our cash flow statement.
All right, thank you, Sangeeta. That was really informative. Thank you once again for joining us this afternoon and participating in our webinar. And please be sure to follow us on social media. Here's our contact information should you have any questions regarding this webinar or any of our services or suite apps. We have team members across the globe to help facilitate your needs. Thanks once again, and see you at our next session.